Welcome to another edition of the Nightly News. And you know what, Ted? We ended last night talking about the shift in power in the U.S. House of Representatives. Now we have a split party line, and one controls the House, one controls the Senate. My question to you is, will it matter? Will there be any change? Earlier this week, we talked about how Mitch McConnell, a Republican, was given $1 million from the crypto FTX scammer for his PAC, Republican. We know hundreds of millions was spent to get Democrats elected. So I wonder if there's really any difference these days. But will there be a change with regard to the border policy? Whether we're going to continue to endorse the Second Amendment? How about this unfettered spending that's going on in our country right now? More money to the Ukraine? Maybe less? How about election integrity? Is any of this going to change? Because these are the issues that are on everyone's tongue around the dinner tables and supper tables of America.
Emergency, emergency. There will be changes. We have to have an emergency change. Let's have an emergency session. Let's start an experiment in self-government. What do you say that every American actually engages in the destiny and the future and the dreams and hopes of our individual American dreams? So if there's going to be change, the people are going to have to change, become more proactive, more assertive, and demand the changes that will bring back what Donald Trump gave us: the lowest unemployment, secure borders, low crime, get in and out of global contracts where our tax dollars were being scorched to pay for some Bangladesh, latrine. I mean, we've got to get back to energy dominance. It's all available to us right now if we, the people, will change and quit with the embarrassing apathy and demand constitutional accountability where our government represents we, the people, not the rest of the world. Let's take care of America first. That's the change. And if we don't demand that change and execute that change, then things will stay the same. And the worst suicide in the world is status quo. Okay. So I go to a bunch of these political debates, and always— You won't invite me.
Always on the close, the moderator will ask something like this. And so I want to pretend that Ted Nugent is running for the U.S. Congress. And here's the closing question. If I was a moderator, I would ask you, and I would remind you, Mr. Nugent, that you have 1.5 minutes to close. My question to you is, you've just won this race. You're going to be a new congressperson from the great Republic of Texas. And in 1.5 minutes, I want you to tell our listeners what you are personally going to do to effectuate change when it comes to unfettered spending, protecting our borders, and our Second Amendment.
My pleasure. I'm honored and humbled beyond description, and words fail me to thank the people for entrusting me the U.S. constitutional oath that I'm about to take. And the first thing I would do is I would free all those in the gulags of Washington, D.C. jails who have been unjustly imprisoned because of the January 6th protest. Then I would begin by unleashing the might of American entrepreneurs to get us energy independence and energy dominance overnight. Then I would put an end to the engineered recidivism that is creating havoc and death and destruction and rape and carjacking across this country by people who have already been caught and jailed for that and then released to perpetrate their vile evil and danger upon us. Then I would investigate all the U.S. representatives in the House and in the Senate, and I would find any of them that perjured themselves, Adam Schiff, on official records, putting quotes around words that never came out of Donald Trump's mouth, and I would charge them with perjury. And then I would eliminate any more payments to anybody for doing nothing. And I would make sure that not one penny of hard-earned tax dollars in America go to help anybody else anywhere until we work on a quality of life upgrade in the United States of America.
Wow. Well, tomorrow night, Ted, for the Friday Night Free-for-All, I want to talk to you about concerts and music and get your take on all that, because you are somewhat of an expert when it comes to both of those topics. So tomorrow night, Ted, on the Free-for-All, let's talk some music. See you then.
God bless America, real America.